on my computer. Great. Okay. Well, welcome everyone. Marion, we are recording this call because we don't have you on live, and we want to tell you a little bit about, what the mastermind group is all about. And hopefully we will have a commitment from all of you that you are just like so excited that you do definitely want to participate. So I guess what I'd love for us to do first is kind of go around the room and introduce ourselves and, tell us your name, where you live, and how long you've been with Pampered Chef. Okay. So Alicia, we're going to go ahead and have you get started first.
Okay. My name's Alicia Etzel. I'm in my third city that I've lived in with Pampered Chef. I live in Mentor, Ohio, which is just east of Cleveland. And I have been on Sherry Carr's team, one of her first directors. I think maybe I was her first director for 28 years. This week.
This week? Oh, so you, Alicia, I joined August, I think like 11th, and I'll be celebrating.
90?
Yep.
Yeah, I was in July.
Yeah, okay, good. All right, awesome, good. All right, so Debbie, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Debbie Lyerly, and I live in a little town called Moncure, North Carolina. But I always tell people the closest town is Chapel Hill. So I live probably about 25 minutes from Chapel Hill, which is the college town that everybody knows about. And I have been with Pampered Chef 26 years, or 23 years. Oh, gosh. And I'm on Donna's team. So.
Thanks, Deb. All right, Ellen.
Well, I am Ellen Traum, and I'm from Rockford, Illinois. I'm on Ann McMillan's team. I rolled up to her when my director retired. I think Shelley retired in 2013. And August 11th, I will be a Pampered Chef consultant for 10 years.
Great. Good. Great. Good. So, awesome. That's great. So, Alicia, are you and Marion on this, or is Marion, I think, is on Nancy Francis's team, right?
No, she's my sister director.
Okay, so she's also. Okay, yeah. Great. Well, I'll make sure I reach out to you, Marion, and we make sure that you are
hi, Marion.
Excited about saying hi, Marion. So. All right, so I'm Donna McDonald, and I've been with Pampered Chef. I guess I'm celebrating 29 years this August, and I've always been part of a mastermind group. And I'm going to tell you the first mastermind group that I participated in, gosh, probably 20 years ago. Kind of got involved in a group, calling it a mastermind group, with people who were like-minded. We all had a goal of where we wanted to be, in a time frame that we set for ourselves. Okay, everybody had the same common goal, but not necessarily the same time frame. And I think that was one of the key things. I'm getting some feedback. I'm sorry about that. So, but let me share with you, mastermind groups can have different focuses. It doesn't necessarily mean that you want to be a national executive director. It can just, mean that you're looking for a group who want to share ideas and people that are kind of in the same place. And I think that's what is one of the key things that you want to look at when you're thinking about joining a mastermind group, is that your lifestyles are aligned. And I think that that's very helpful, because, for example, if we, had a group of 20-year-olds, their family dynamics would be much different than people that are your age, or our age. So we're all pretty much the same age. So, but the mastermind group that I participated in, out of the 10 people that participated, and that was a pretty big group. And would I suggest a large group like that? No, because, there's always going to be those people that kind of have the stronger personalities that take over, and then that's not helpful either. But out of the 10 people that were in the group, 8 of us worked towards executive director and made it almost in the same time frame. So it's pretty neat to see what a mastermind group can do for you. So a mastermind group it's basically, in a nutshell, it's a networking group. The focus is to learn from each other, hold each other accountable, and we have a very specific reason why we took people from different lineages, because you get different ideas. Your trainers train differently. So that's for the reason why we had somebody from my team, somebody from Ann's team, somebody from Sherry's team. And the other thing that a mastermind group can do for you is push you out of your comfort zone, because you don't really know each other. And that's good, because your friends are going to go, oh, that's okay that you didn't accomplish that. It's okay. You always have next year. An accountability partner, and you may have had an accountability partner in the past, is that person who's going to say, okay, how can we do it better next time? Or how can we achieve that goal next time? So it's all about, as I said, pushing each other a little bit, out of your comfort zone. Now, you're going to decide what it is that you want, for your business. You could say, hey, I'm just status quo here. But if we're status quo, we never want to go below status quo, right? We want to at least keep our business consistent. And if you look at the accumulative amount of years here, obviously you all have a consistent business, or you wouldn't be here 10 plus years. Okay, you would have been long gone. Okay, so the question that you have to ask yourself is, what would you hope a mastermind group would do for you? So I kind of asked you to think about that in our message to each other. What do you think a mastermind group could do for you? Does anybody raise your hand if you want to go first?
No, I will. I mean, I thought just what you said. Somebody that you can throw ideas around with, but also somebody who's going to, help to keep us accountable. My thing. Yeah.
Thanks, Alicia. Deb?
I was going to say the same thing, because just finishing up LEAD, I can already tell the difference of how my business is going. So it is like I need that extra push type thing, because I really felt accountable, because I did not want to fail and get kicked out of the group. So I need that.
Thanks, Deb. Ellen, anything you wanted to add?
Well, I need the accountability. I need the push. I just need help figuring out more efficient systems to handle my team. I start school here shortly, so I'll be working again, but I almost do better when I am working, because time is less available. But my business has slipped over the last couple of years, had a couple of health bumps, and I just would kind of like to get it back to where it was. And I have no grand designs to promote exceedingly, but I do want to stay director, and I do want to get my business back on track. And I need the accountability, evidently, to get that done. I never used to, but I guess I need it now, because it's not happening.
Yeah, I can relate to that, and the group, being involved with, Sherry and Nancy and Ann, we have learned so much, from each other. We've grown, together, and also friendship is a really big part of it too. It's that person that, like Nancy, just having the wedding, we were all like so excited, about, her daughter getting married, and Sherry and all of her babies, and, all the things that you share with each other, that, your Pampered Chef, friends truly become family, because so much about each other. And you know what, you may have had an accountability partner in the past, and a group is a little bit different, because sometimes if you only have one accountability partner and that call doesn't happen, your month can fall apart too. So having a group, really is a big, a big part of it. So So I'm going to tell you what we've done for our mastermind group, and you could kind of all decide, how this is going to work for you. What we do is we agree upon, when we're going to talk. We plan it a year out. Now, it's up to you whether you want to go month to month or quarterly or, however that is. But we agree to meet at least once a month. And when it comes closer to certain crunch times, obviously national conference, end of the year when we want to do some goal setting and figure out recognition and things for our team, we may meet twice in December. So, what the key thing is that if you agree to the group, really hold the time sacred, because if one of you is missing, just like we're missing Marion now, it feels like our link is gone. So, and like I said, I will reach out to Marion. It's part of it is because we had the wrong Marion in our first group. So be respectful, to the team members. If you make the commitment, it's really important to join it. So what we do is we schedule a facilitator for each call, and we just rotate it. So if you're the facilitator, you put out the, hey, remember next week is going to be our mastermind call, and here's some of the things I would like to see us discuss. If you have anything you would like added to the agenda, send it to me. Okay? So then the facilitator is the person that kind of tries to keep the train on the track. Now, you can have topics, and we all know what happens with Pampered Chef people. We start on a topic, but we can end up way in right field, pretty quickly. And that's okay, because that means that's what we needed at that time. So, it's a good idea to have a starting point, and where the call goes from there is up to you. We typically plan an hour, and so it is. I would suggest that you use the same. Whoever sets up the first Zoom call is that you set up use the same number, so you don't have to keep track of it. Just make sure you have the setting done that people can join without the host, being there. Do you all use Zoom?
I do not much. All of my team is local, so I don't have to.
Okay. Alicia, do you use Zoom? I think Alicia froze. Or am I frozen?
I don't know. I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you too.
Okay, let's see if Alicia comes back. Okay, so we can figure out. I can even, you can continue to use this number. So that's not a problem. So but the expectation, Alicia, do you use Zoom? Oh, we lost her totally. Okay.
Are you guys, okay, my pictures keep freezing up. Are yours?
No.
Oh, okay. I wonder what I should do. Like, I just didn't hear all of what Ellen said.
Oh, she was saying that her team is local, so
Okay.
She doesn't use Zoom.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have used it, but not on a regular basis.
Okay. So what I could do, and like I said, you could use this number and just continue to use this number, because you don't need me, to be on the call. So that is one of the key things that you understand. This call is just going to be the four of you. You're not going to have, one of the nationals, on the call with you. This is going to be totally up to you. But the expectation is that when you come to the call, you be present. It's not helpful if you're driving in a car because you can't take notes. So be present so that everyone can share. And obviously you're not going to be able to share on every topic because, maybe you want to learn something about virtual, but you do virtual, or maybe, it's totally, kind of up to you. So, You may decide, that your goal is to challenge each other. So that's what you need to decide, is what is your goal, as a group. And like I said, it's the same topics that you're going to talk about. You're going to talk about bookings. You're going to talk about recruiting. You're going to talk about host coaching. You're going to talk about new technology. You're going to talk about Facebook. Those things over and over. So don't feel like you have to reinvent topics. Talk about topics that are relevant, to our business. So, any questions that you have for me? Okay, pretty much. Okay. All right. So what you'll want to do at this point is to schedule your first call. After conference. Obviously, you're going to have lots to cover, after conference. And then, if at all possible, I highly recommend you just take a minute to meet each other at conference, whether it's, hey, we'll meet coming out of general session at such and such, or something, just to, sit and chat face to face, for your first time. I think that will be very helpful for you, if you can organize that. So, so are you guys open-minded to meeting at conference?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Okay, good. All right, awesome, good. All right, so I will let you guys, if you open your calendars and kind of chat amongst yourself about when your first call after conference is going to be. And then, also think about when you all know when you're arriving, and could you meet for a cup of coffee in the morning, or because we don't have any breakfast. So, who's, maybe if you're all going to the charitable giving, where are you going to be that you can think of in some town time. So I'm going to let you just chat amongst yourself.
Okay, I got to go get my calendar. I forgot. Okay, back.
Okay. Do you guys, does daytime or work for you, or evening, or?
After school starts August 20th, I will have to do evening. Either that or afternoon. Like I'm usually home and available by 3:30 in the afternoon. I could do something in that window if that even works for anybody.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm kind of flexible. I actually prefer to do things in the morning, but I think we better go with Ellen's schedule. What about you, Debbie? Are you?
Yeah. If we do something, like I said, when after school starts back, we don't want to push you though to, be home by 3:30 if you don't think.
I get off at 2:50 and I live 7 minutes from home.
Oh, well, good. Okay. All right. Well, that would be good.
Yeah, 3:30 gives me a little time to catch my breath and allow for whatever might be a hiccup in the day, because sometimes I do have to work late, but most of the time I'm home by 3:30, no problem.
Well, that sounds good. Because usually, even if I leave for a show, if I have an hour away, it's 5, so that would work. Yeah. Y'all have a particular day that you'd like to do?
I'm fairly flexible. Tuesdays would once I watch my grandson while my kids do youth group, and right now it's Wednesdays, but it'll change back to Tuesday after school starts. So that would be a great day for me, but I don't know if it works for anybody else, because I know sometimes Tuesday's a popular show day too. So
Yeah, I mean,
but otherwise I'm flexible. It doesn't really matter.
Okay. Ellen, did you just say that Wednesday is not good because of the
No, either one would work.
Okay.
I sometimes have a Wednesday show, but that's rare. But I will be watching my grandson probably every Tuesday night. He's 2.5, so there's no way I can do
Oh, no.
it.
I
So,
was kind of leaning towards Wednesday just because Wednesday's not a show date.
oh yeah,
For
and
me,
that would be fine. That would
I
work.
think we can pick a tentative time, but I think we need to wait till we talk to Marion too.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't,
absolutely.
I haven't heard back. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I remember at some point she was going on vacation, but I don't remember when it was. So why don't we talk about conference? I mean, where are you all staying, and when are you arriving?
I'm at Comfort Inn, and I arrive Wednesday morning around 9:15 at O'Hare. So, yeah.
Okay. I'm at the Hyatt, and we will be getting in Wednesday probably around 11:30, somewhere in there. In time for my two of my girls to go on the home office tour they signed up for. So,
Yeah.
And I'm at the Embassy Suites. So we couldn't any of us be in the same hotel.
Of course not.
That would have been nice. And I don't know where Marion, she did tell me, but I forget.
Well, I know we have an event at 1:00 on Wednesday. So let's see. We've got Thursday morning. Let's see, packet.
What about before or after the director event?
and that would be great.
Is
I
it
would
with-
prefer to do before, but that might be a really logical time because we could even just meet in the lobby somewhere, before that
Yeah.
goes on.
Well, yeah, at least we'd all probably be going, be in the same spot.
Oh, yeah.
So I actually don't have my schedule right here. What is before that?
I think just dinner, right?
Yeah,
Dinner
2:30 to 5 is opening session, and then we get out at 5, and then we don't have anything until the director's party at 8.
Oh, do we want to meet at 7? 7? Yeah.
Sure. That should work.
Because I think it would be easier to, I don't know. Of course, it's going to be easier if Marion's around to come up with our day because.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I'll do is I'll speak to Marion and tell her that you've decided to meet at the director event and to kind of have, because Alicia, does Marion work another job?
No.
Okay. So Ellen, you're the only one that works another job, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what is you work what time to what time?
I work 7:20 to 2:50 in the afternoon. So I'm home by generally a little bit before 3:30 every day.
Okay, so you could do a 3:30 call.
Right. And that's what we had chatted. I know it's
Okay,
maybe not ideal for everybody else, but
Okay.
if that works better than an evening time,
Yeah.
then I think that way then we don't have to worry about show schedules and all
Right.
of that either.
Yeah. And I would recommend, with show schedules, so like, I don't know about Wednesday's typically not a show night. So maybe you decide you do a Wednesday, at 3:30. And even if you have church that night, you still have, plenty of time to get to church and, all that. So, all right. So you're going to meet at 8:00. What time at the director event? What time are you meeting? So I can tell Marion.
We're going to meet at 7.
7:00.
And depending, will it be at the same place it was last year?
I don't know that. So maybe what you want to do is meet at 7 o'clock, like at the new product or at the tech, cafe.
Right.
So think of something like that you know it's going to be there, and you'll be able to find it.
Right.
Okay.
So what do you guys think?
Unless somebody has things to do to get ready for the director event or something.
Nope, I'm showing up. I got my glow stuff today. So.
Me too.
So Alicia, are you okay with 7 o'clock at the tech cafe?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would rather meet right outside the director thing.
Okay. So the problem is
Because I don't know where it is if we're sitting there for an hour talking, then, if we could just go in. Can you guys see me? Because I can't see you.
We can see you.
Yep, we can see you.
This is crazy. I don't generally have computer problems, but.
Okay. All right. So 7 o'clock. And so somebody's going to have to spearhead once you know where the director event is, to say, meet by the pole. I'm going to be wearing a red rose in my hair, something. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to exchange phone numbers.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'll do is I have all your contact information.
Okay.
I'll put this in an email, your contact information. As soon as we hang up, I'll also put the Zoom call information, so you'll have everything in one email on your mastermind group.
Okay.
Okay. And so 7 o'clock director event. Who wants to be the first person to find the designated place to meet outside the director event?
Oh, there you are. It took me a while, but.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. I can do it.
Okay. So Alicia is the spearhead of that. Okay.
Okay, and so I can just text everybody and say, this is where we're meeting. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it might be at the tech cafe. I guess I got to get the lay of the land first.
Exactly. Good. All right. Well, I hope that you guys are excited about participating together. You're going to get to know each other. And of course, your first call is, going to be, hey, what do we want out of this group? And once you get to know each other, it'll just take a life on of its own. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing to experience. So I hope that you have all the success in your group that we've had in ours and groups that I've had in the past. So let me get this email together for you. And if you have any questions on it, just respond back to me. And I will reach out to Marion one-on-one and apologize if there was any miscommunication. Okay?
Okay, so you're going to send us in an email everybody's contact info.
Correct. We'll have
cell numbers for texting, everybody. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm assuming, bless you, Ellen.
Bless you.
I have the information, from your upline, so it'll all be included in there.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, ladies. You have a great day, and we'll look forward to it. Take care.
Thank you, Donna.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.